Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To some of y'all and peace out to the rest of you. You already know who it is and who it ain't. I'm gonna skip all the long intro. I'm getting about tired of it. Hit the share button because the message is more important than who the hell I am. And I'd say that I'm fairly important, but you know, the most important thing right now is the message. So please hit the share button. Look, y'all. I won't lie to you and tell you that I'm in the best moods as I'm recording this. I'm not. Didn't get enough sleep last night. Ain't my fault. Then I had a last minute substitution imposed upon me. So the time between classes was just vanished, just gone. And I had to use that time to teach, but explain to some extra students who ain't even as advanced as my own students, because another teacher upped and got sick. And I hope he recovers. So I've been needled today already, but I learned something. You see, when my boss told me, yo, Professor Mind, I need you to cover for this sick professor at the last minute. Log into his class and teach his kids. And I said, what, for 1 hour or for 2? 2 hours. You can just give him something to do in the second hour. And I was like, yeah, okay, we know how this works. But anyway, you know what, boss man, since this happened last year and I never got that hour back, and since this happened another time last year and I never got that hour back, I'm going to be owed 3 hours when I finish this guy. So I'll do it today, tomorrow. I want someone to cover for my black ass to make up for it. And I start my weekend early. How about that? Because what I said was fair. My boss said, look, Black, that's fair. Send an email and I'll schedule a teacher to cover you. Somebody you covered for before. And I said, appreciate that. Now, I'm going somewhere with the story. I logged into the other teacher's class and I told the students in writing, the first thing I said is, okay, look, do you understand me better if I speak on the mic or if I write in the chat? Most of them said, write in the chat. I said, okay, fine, I'll write in the chat. I can type fairly quickly and still be correct, so I did it. And I told him, obviously you can tell from the voice, I'm not Dr. Muhammad. I'm Professor Black. The blackest hearted, blackest minded, blackest professor in the Gulf. Okay, I'm joking. I didn't go through all that. But what I did say to them was, in my class, and this is my class now, you don't speak Arabic in a full sentence. You are allowed to make a mistake in English. I'll correct you. You're not allowed to repeat the same mistake after I correct you. You are not allowed to write a full sentence in the chat or to speak a full sentence on the mic. If you forget a particular English word, you're allowed to put the question in English and the one word in Arabic, i.e., what is Bob in English, or what is Sayara in English? And someone will say to you, it is car, or it is door. Or my favorite, what is Asla in English? And someone will tell you it is bald. So somebody started typing in Arabic, and I played a slap sound effect, and I said, man, if you don't fit the gunk out my classroom. And then he said, sorry. And I said, here's the next rule. You didn't notice the first time, so it's okay. But from now on, when you write in English, if you make a mistake, it's fine. But we're going to capitalize the beginnings of sentences, and we're going to punctuate at the end. We'll start with those 2 basic rules to get you guys ready. Do not write anymore in the chat without punctuation or capitalization. So they wrote, yes, doctor. And they wrote it with a lowercase y and no period at the end. So I played another slap sound effect, and this time I got on the mic and in the chat and told them, you backwards Bedouins, stop with that sure bit. I told you capitalize in the beginning. I told you punctuate at the end. Do not write again without a capital in the beginning and punctuation at the end. And you know punctuation because even though Arabic doesn't have capitals, it does have punctuation. So that should be easy for you. Your backward shacks are sit. Had to go off on them. And they kept doing it till I put on the niggerilla clown suit and kicked some of them out. Somebody else said, you can't kick them out of the classroom. I said, nigga, you next. Kicked him out. Turned to the others, I said, now, who the hell else want to tell me what to do? You do what I tell you. I don't obey you. I'll help you, but I don't obey you. If you obey me, you will help yourself. Ninja, capitalize and punctuate. Then I went to my own class after the substitution was over. And when I went to my own class, I had to give my students, my afternoon class, I had to give my students an assignment. And they should have been ready for it. I said, all right, look, y'all know capitalization and punctuation because y'all my students every day. You know what's up. Now we're going to practice paragraphs. Just separating sentences in paragraphs, that's all. This is not WhatsApp. This is not Telegram. This is English class. So write a paragraph, let's say even if it's just 4 sentences. Hell, even if it's 3. Space between the way I told you to. So I told him that. And guess what these little ninjas did? These little ninjas went and copied the paragraphs off of the internet websites and thought I wasn't gonna catch them. Like I don't know this country. I said, you little backwards Bedouins? What is it, all of y'all are Saudi? Because see, some of my students usually come from across the border in Saudi Arabia. And they got the worst reputation for cheating. So I went smooth the Foff, risk my job. But I'm telling you why I did this. I said to them, what are all of you Saudis? What's going on? You don't copy off no websites. I got software that'll pick it up. You idiots. Write your own paragraphs, make your own mistakes. I help you. You do not copy. You cheating bastards. Now when I went off, this was a risk. But this would happen in both cases. In both cases when I went off, some students sent me private messages in the chat and said, hey yo, Professor Black, you right? I'm sick of these backwards ninjas in my class. They messing up the country, lazy bastards. You right. And if they complain, I'm gonna tell your boss that you were right and they were just cheating. Stay on it, Professor Black. We got you. You see, when you go smooth the Foff on some folk, you get surprised by who your allies are. So, gentlemen, you go off smooth the Foff on the most offensive of these feminist warriors, because it's a gender war they fighting. And what you find is allies, not only men that you didn't know were aware of this stuff, but even women who say, man, I'm sick of this shuck fit. My daddy ain't never done me wrong. My brother ain't done me wrong. My son's good. My granddaddy was good. Fuck is wrong? I'm sorry. What the fuck is wrong with these V stitches? I didn't mean to say the F word just now, but fuck it. Yeah, I'm in a mood today, but even then I still want this to benefit you. You get shocked by the allies you have, not when you let people bait you, but when you decide, you know what, this ninja needs to hear this mess. And you go smooth the Foff, preferably if you premeditated. Yeah, I know, right? Hard to believe, but it's real. Go smooth the Foff. You could premeditate it. You can just make sure they're not baiting you and they ain't prepared for it. Whatever way you do it, and guess what the F happens? Allies. Yeah, they're enemies, but they're also allies. And it's the same thing. Those of you that are in the golden sphere, you want another community, or you just want to stand up to some of the bullies coming from not even the black community, but from ninjas stand within it. Matter of fact, I'll say this. See, when I was in the classroom, A lot of times, Gulf citizens are seen as having all the power. So some professors will say, if we're going to be disrespectful, I'll leave out. And that's cool if that's what you got to do. But if you have the option, you say, no, no, no. You fit the guck out. And that's what I was doing today. Fit the guck out. Ninja. And I think that's what we need to start doing, because if you look at it, what do the manosphere and the golden sphere have in common? What's the common enemy? It ain't black folk. It's niggas. And I say, you know what? If you're going to defect, I guess if you got to, fine. But if I'm going to call for any kind of split, I'm going to say, you know what? Let's both of us tell these niggas, you fit the guck out the community. You low IQ, anti-intellectual jigaboo. You ignorant Tarzan chasing stereotype. You fit the guck out. Bitch, you don't belong here. Crapping on people that ain't never done nothing to you and for things beyond their control, like they gender or they shade. Stand up to these niggas, but then tell them you fit the guck out. Talking about this ain't our community. No, it ain't theirs. And to be honest with you, the black community at large, I know you sick of niggas. Like Chris Rock said, you need to kick them out. At large. Both genders, all shades. Because if we really get down to it, we got two enemies for the most part. White supremacists and niggas. And I say, throw the two of them to each other. Go all the way to Foff, you know, with strategy, and see who your allies are. Because believe you me, common sense might not be that common, but we got more allies than what we might think. Thank you for listening. Black heart, black mind, black out. And you know why I say black, heterosexual, non-select male power just because they don't like it. And black further mucking patriarchy until extinction or judgment day.